Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. Jesus. I have a nephew who has that. I'd be devastated if something happened to him. But maybe, maybe, if we all just do this for 1 year, we're done with nut allergies forever. No, of course not. Of course, if you're fighting for your country and you get shot or hurt, it's a terrible tragedy. Of course. Of course. But maybe if you pick up a gun and go to another country and you get shot, it's not that weird. Maybe if you get shot by the dude you were just shooting at, it's a tiny bit your fault. Of course, slavery is the worst thing that ever happened. Listen, you all clapped for dead kids with the nuts. For kids dying from nuts, you applauded. So you're in this with me now, do you understand? You don't get to cherry pick. Those kids did nothing to you. Of course, slavery is the worst thing that ever happened. Of course it is. Every time it's happened. Black people in America, Jews in Egypt, every time a whole race of people has been enslaved, it's a terrible, horrible thing. Of course. But maybe every incredible human achievement in history was done with slaves. Every single thing where you go, how did they build those pyramids? They just threw human death and suffering at them until they were finished. How did we traverse the nation with a railroad so quickly? We just threw Chinese people in caves and blew them up and didn't give a shit what happened to them. There's no end to what you can do when you don't give a fuck about particular people. You can do anything. That's where human greatness comes from, is that we're shitty people, that we fuck others over. Even today, how do we have this amazing microtechnology? Because the factory where they're making these, they jump off the fucking roof because it's a nightmare in there. You really have a choice. You can have candles and horses and be a little kinder to each other, or let someone suffer immeasurably far away just so you can leave a mean comment on YouTube while you're taking a shit. There's always somebody going through security who's like, I don't want to take off my shoes. Stupid. I'm not a terrorist. Oh, that's right. We only make terrorists do that. I'm sorry. That's what we sound like now. Just the whole country. We're like fat 8th graders, all of us. Just no fear. You ever listen to people? When I was in England, I went into this cafe full of Afghani people, and they just had crackly energy to their language. I don't know what they were saying, but it was like, there's energy. We don't have that anymore. Do you ever listen to people? You ever listen to what people really sound like? The other day I was in some whatever coffee place. I don't know, you can only be in 6 places, whichever one I was in. And I'm listening to just fat white people talk to each other. These 2 fat white guys behind me, one was like, and his friend's like, I know, I told you, I turned to the dead Obama. These 2 women are talking, and I was like, I can't. I know, it's I can't see that, Stephanie. Anyway, I was listening to the 2 guys.
And one of them used a word that really pissed me off because it was how he used it. He used the word hilarious. That's one of those words that we use that we don't care what it means. We go right for the top shelf with our words now. We don't think about how we talk. We just say the right to the fucking just, dude, it was amazing. It was amazing. Really? You were amazed? You were amazed by a basket of chicken wings? Really? Amazing. What are you gonna do with the rest of your life now? What if something really happens to you? What if Jesus comes down from the sky and makes love to you all night long and leaves the new living Lord in your belly? What are you gonna call that? You used amazing on a basket of chicken wings. You've limited yourself verbally to a shit life. All these words we use, genius, anybody can be a genius now. It used to be you had to have a thought. No one ever had it before. Or you had to invent a number. Now it's like, hey, I got a cup in case we need another cup. Dude, you're a genius. So these guys, they used hilarious. And I remember the context exactly because I had the hate recorder running in the back of my head. I was just standing there fucking angry. I'm listening to him. The one guy says to the other guy, he goes, hey, dude, so guess who I saw today? And his friend goes, who? I swear to God, that's how he said it. It just slid out. Just, who? I was like, tighten your lips up, man. Make an effort, please. Whoo, that's how a person talks. This guy, he's just secreting words out of the front of his head. So his friend goes, I saw Lisa today. And he goes, that's hilarious. Is that hilarious? That you saw Lisa? Is Lisa a poodle on her hind legs? How is that hilarious? Was she standing next to Jerry Lewis when he was younger? How the fuck is that hilarious? Do you know what hilarious means? Hilarious means so funny that you almost went insane when you heard that. It's just so funny that it almost ruined your life. You're homeless now because you can't cope or reason anymore because that hilarious thing just shattered your mind. And 3 months later, you got shit and leaves in your hair and you're drenched in pee in the gutter. That's how funny hilarious is. I don't know this Lisa cunt, but she ain't that funny. There's just no way she's that funny on sight. Fuck her, seriously. I hope she's dead. I really do. I hate her. I hope she died today. Weirdly and horribly. I hope the person she loved most pushed her off a cliff and she was just falling and screaming the whole way down, never accepting it. And then Superman swooped her up and then dropped her from higher. I seriously hope that happened to stupid Lisa with her one tit bigger than the other and her fucking frizzy hair and her big nose. Fucking Jew. What am I doing? Jew is a funny word because it is because Jew is the only word that is the polite thing to call a group of people and the slur for the same group. Most groups have a good and a bad. There is the same word just with a little stank on it and it becomes a terrible thing to call the person. Because you could say, he's a Jew, it's fine. He's a Jew. Like, that's all it takes? I wish the president would slip one into his speech that's just on the border, just to fuck with people's heads. Just in the middle, you know, we all gotta get along in this country. We need everybody, blacks and whites and Christians and Jews, and let's just try to... Can't call him on it, but that seemed inappropriate. Fucking Lisa. Fucking Lisa, man. It's just, they didn't deserve that. The story didn't deserve, here's what he should have said. This is what that story deserved. It should have been like, I saw Lisa today. The other guy should have said, that happened. That's it. That's all it deserved. He should have said, that happened. And then they just should have started making out. I don't know why I wanted that. I just wanted these two old fat guys to start blowing each other on the floor. And not even gay blowing, just awkward heterosexual sucking that they don't know what they're doing. And they don't even get hard partway through. They're just sucking each other's soft penises. And they're both crying because they're embarrassed and confused. Now that would be hilarious. Then you would have a story that you could call hilarious without being accused of hyperbole. It's amazing the stories that people think are interesting. And that's always one of them, is when your friend ran into somebody from their past and they can't wait to tell you. And first they want to tell you for 40 minutes how blown away you're gonna be that they saw this person. Dude, you're not gonna believe who I saw today. Yes, I am. Of course I am. Don't even tell me, I don't care. No, dude. When you find out, holy shit! When you find out who I saw, you are gonna shit in your father's mouth when I tell you. I'm serious. When I tell you who I saw, you are gonna kill, fuck, and eat 4 Mexican retarded kids when I tell you who I saw today. You're gonna do that. I'm serious that you're gonna do that. You're just gonna rip out your asshole and throw it on the wall. It's gonna stick there and you're gonna dive through it into another dimension. I tell you who I saw today. Anyway, I don't know why I'm such an asshole. I really am. I'm grumpy. I get impatient with people quickly, you know? I just get tired of, when people are boring, I want to kill them, you know? And that's not fair. I used to like people more, but now I have children, and that changes your life. Changes your life in a lot of ways. Like, you spend a lot of time with people you never would have chosen to spend time with. Not in a million years. I spend whole days with people I'm like, I never would have hung out with you. I didn't choose you. Our children chose each other based on no criteria, by the way. They're the same size. They don't give a shit who they make me hang out with. My daughter had a play date the other day, and this kid comes over, and his father brings him, and his father brings his fucking face into my house. And I have to ask it questions for an hour and a half. Ugh, what do you do? I don't care. God damn it. What other shit are you passing on, that little faggot you brought over here to play with my kid? I hate your son. I hate him. He smells. Gets too close when he talks. Can I have raisins? Yes, you can have, just stand. Dude, you're not mine. I don't love you. Do you understand? I don't have any, no love. None. I don't even have an instinct to protect you. I don't care if you die. I won't feel anything if you die. I'll have to pretend for your dad. I like kids. Parents, most parents, like this whole country, our thing is the children. We have to do it all for the children. And meanwhile, nobody gives a shit about how they raise their kids. People put minimal effort into it. They have their kids, they're like consumers of their kids. Like they want to call customer service. Why does he play video games all day? I don't understand why he plays video. Maybe because you bought him a fucking video game, you idiots. Throw it away. Who told you that was a good idea? A developing mind. Fucking idiots. My kids don't even watch television. And when I tell most other parents that, you know what they say? They go, fuck you. Why? Just 'cause fuck you. Fucking hippie, weirdo. They're gonna grow up weirdos. Because they don't watch just fucking anger and colors screaming in their face. If your kids watch TV, here's what you should do. Just if you think that's really a good idea to have them watch TV, when next time your kid's watching television, just come up behind them when they don't know you're there and just turn it off without any warning. Just go, watch what happens. They go, do you think that's a good sign? Do you think it's a sign that it's healthy for them? That when it's taken away, they go, because you've created such a high bar of stimulus that nothing competes. A beautiful day is shit to a child now. A gorgeous panoramic day with hawks catching fucking mice and flying away. And bears with fucking fish in their teeth. And the kid's like, I want to watch a television! This is nothing! That's what's wrong with our kids. They can't trust a person without blah, blah. And then the food, we feed them food that tastes like insanity. It's insanity, our food. The difference is you should be able to give a kid an apple and they go, oh, thank you. I love apples. Kids can't even taste apples are like paper to them.
I live in New York. I live in a... there's no value to your doing that at all. I live in New York. I always... Like, there's this old lady in my neighborhood, and she's always walking her dog. She's always just... She's very old. She just stands there just being old. And the dog just fights gravity every day. Just the two of them, it's really... The dog's got a cloudy eye, and she's got a cloudy eye, and they just stand there looking at the street in 2 dimensions together, and she's always wearing like this sweater dress. I guess it was a sweater when she was like 5'10", but now it's just like this sweater, and her legs are a nightmare. They're just white with green streaks and bones sticking out, and her legs are awful. I saw a guy with no legs wheeling by, and he was like, ugh, no, thank you. I do not want those. I'd rather just have air down here like I have than to look down at that shit. I see these two all the time. And I always look at them and I always think, God, I hope she dies first. I do! I hope she dies first for her sake. Because I don't want her to lose the dog. I don't think she'll be able to handle it. If the old lady dies first, I'm not worried about the dog. Because the dog doesn't even know about the old lady. This dog is aware of 3 inches around his head. He's living in 2-second increments. The second he's in and the one he just left is all he knows about. But if he dies, this lady, she's gonna be destroyed because this dog is all she has. And I know he's all she has because she has him. If she had one person in her life, she would not keep this piece of shit little dog. Even if just some young woman in her building one morning were to say, good morning, Gladys, she'd be like, oh, good, and just flush him down the toilet. Just, dog just keeps bumping on the drain. She gives up. Ends up just shitting on her dog for the rest of her life. You ever flush a pet down the toilet?
I don't know how to start shows. It's just a problem that I have. I never figured out how to come out and just start talking, because the first thing you say on stage always feels stupid, because there's no real reason for me to talk to you. It just doesn't exist. I don't know you. You don't even know each other. You're facing the same direction. That's all you have in common. So I just have to. Bleh. It's like talking to a girl at a bar because you're attracted to her. The first thing you say is just gonna be dog shit coming out of your mouth. Because you don't know her. The only honest thing that you could say to her is, I want to fuck your face. That's the only thing you could say that you can mean. Anything else you say is you trying really hard not to say, I want to fuck your face. That's the only thing I want to put my penis in the lowest hole in your head.
I'm trying to learn things about myself. I got a scale for my bathroom. I'm not trying to lose weight, I'm just interested in the data. And I did learn something. I learned this because I weigh myself every night before I go to bed. And then I also weigh myself in the morning when I get up. And here's what I learned. I weigh 2 pounds less every morning than when I went to bed. And I found out why. It's because I shit in my bed every night. I do. It's like a full 2-pound dump in bed. And then I turn out the lights and I go to sleep. Because I don't want to sleep alone. Your needs change when you get older. At my age, a big pile of shit's as good as anybody. Do you guys think there's a God? How many of you, by applause, believe there's a God? How many people? All right, it's about 30 out of 1,400. That's nice. That's nice. That shit's over. It's just fucking over. You go into a church, it's like going to a roller skating rink on a Wednesday. It's like, this used to be something. What happened? I don't know. I don't think there's a God. And that's not a conviction. I just don't suppose. I just reckon there ain't. I reckon there ain't no Lord. And because I don't believe there's a God, I fucking hope there's not a God. I fucking hope. Oh, please. If you don't believe in God, you better fucking hope. You better get on your knees and pray. Please, God, don't be. Because that's a bad thing to be wrong about. That's a bad wrong. You're an atheist your whole life and you die and you're like, oh, fuck. Oh, you're shitting with a beard and everything. Fuck. Oh. Yeah, I'm going. Yep. Being wrong the other way is not a big problem. If you believe in God and you're wrong, you don't really have a problem. It gives you a little comfort during your stupid life. And then at the end, you're just seriously disappointed for like a second. It's the last feeling you get to have. You die, you're like, nothing? Seriously, nothing? Yeah, just get in the dumpster, sorry. Sorry, you're just garbage now. I mean, if you don't believe in God, that's what you believe, that when you die, you're just garbage. You are your family's newest garbage. My mom died last year, and we asked her, like, what do you want, like, before she died? We didn't ask her, Mom! Mom! Fuck! I asked my mom what she wanted us to do with her body, and she said, just burn it. That's what she said. Burn it. What, in the yard with leaves? What the fuck? She didn't want a funeral, no pageantry, nothing. So she booked it herself. That was her last act as an American consumer. She went online with a credit card, and she booked her own cremation. It's true. At a place called Boston Crematorium. Just this place that burns bums and dogs all day, and they just folded my mom and did a workload. We didn't even know, just this guy showed up. I'm here for you, Ma. All right, Sully, she's in there. And he went in there to prepare her. My sisters are waiting in the hall, and he was in there for a while. I didn't say anything. I'm just saying he was in there with my mom for a long time. That's all I'm saying. And also that I was worried he was fucking my dead mother. Anyway, then he brought her out in a kind of a nice bag, and he put her in a van. Just his van. It was like a 98 Ford Windstar with a bottle of red Gatorade rolling around in the back. It's the last time I saw my mom. It's what she wanted. Because she didn't believe in this God shit. She just didn't. Is that too high up, do you think? Sorry, I always like to stand just a little bit wrong, you know? Just for my own entertainment, instead of staying like this. Just put it a little bit up here.
Just so people are like, I don't know why that bothers me. Especially if I'm somewhere I don't like being, like CVS. You know, I hate CVS. But sometimes you gotta go in there. That should be their slogan. CVS. CVS, sometimes you gotta come in here. Or else you gotta get your wart Band-Aids. And that stuff for your dry vagina. Dry vagina. I used to think it was called a vagina. I did because I grew up in Boston. And I don't know if you are familiar with, people call it the Boston accent. It's not an accent. It's a whole city of people saying most words wrong. It's just a stupidity in a massive region. Because my teachers, they teach you to talk like that. My teacher, I had a teacher named Miss Doherty, but she thought her name was Mrs. Doherty. She mispronounced her own name. Miss Doherty. And she gave us sex ed. It was 5th grade. We had sex ed with Mrs. Doherty, and she's showing us the diagram. She's like, "This is a penis, and this is a vagina. Now, during intercourse, the man ejaculates sperm up into the vagina, and then later, a fucking baby comes out of the vagina. And sometimes it's retarded." This was the 70s. Teachers said retarded in Boston in the 70s. "My daughter's retarded." She used to tell us every day. "I have a daughter and she's mentally retarded. She's 35 and she lives in my house. She better be fucking retarded. I'm gonna stick her back up in my vagina." So I thought it was called a vagina until I was like 25. And I remember thinking it was like it's a vagina. It's like a thing that vagines, you know? Like you use it to I got a vagina in my driveway. I don't know, like, just got to vagina this new table I just made. That would make a nice table. Like you make a new table and then you take the 80 grit paper and you sand it, and then 120, and then you go, "All right, honey, get up there." And she just, it's like an old, like one of those Danish tables, or like a, ooh, nice old Italian table. "This table is very smooth because my wife have a very juicy boozy, and she vagina the table. And my family, we do this for generations, and we vagina." All right.
New York City. I am a native New Yorker. A lot of my friends that used to live in New York have now left, yeah. They'll ask me stuff. They're like, "What is New York like with the pandemic winding down?" I'm like, "I don't know. It's kind of empty, but there's still nowhere to park." Which is crazy when you think about it, because 43,000 people died from COVID here, so where are all the parking spots? Now, I know what you're going to say. They didn't all drive, but there should be at least 5 extra spots. I shouldn't be circling for hours. I still hit traffic. That's how I know we have not even made a dent in the number of people that need to die in New York City for it to be enjoyable. It's not great. I lived in New York City my whole life. I've never had a good day. People are like, "Why don't you move?" I'm like, "Where am I going to bring this attitude to? Think I'm going to do well in Oklahoma?" Yeah, and if you drive in the city, you can't be a good person. I was driving through the Holland Tunnel the other day. This lady cut me off. I just said out loud, "I'm going to smash my car right into her." That's what I thought was a good idea. And then we were coming out, I was able to cut her off, and she got very upset. She told me to go fuck myself, and she had such an angry look on her face, and I remember it because I think about it when I come. Yeah. She had a bumper sticker on her car that said her son graduated from law school. I was like, I should track him down and date him and then just show up on Christmas. Be like, you remember me from the tunnel? You told me to go fuck myself, now I'm fucking your kid. I think what I'm trying to say is, I want a gun. No, I can't get a gun. I would use it the first day. So, what I've started doing instead, though, is just fake shooting people. You can fake shoot as many people as you want. There's actually no law against it. I was trying to get off an exit the other day, and this guy was also trying to get off, but he missed the exit, so he's just reversing on the highway. Not worried about killing all of us. And we just ended up at a red light together. I just put my window down, emptied a whole fucking clip right into his dumb fucking face. Now, if that was a real gun, I would never get to see how mad he got. I don't know. I try not to pay attention to what's going on. People already want to talk about the next election. They're like, I think Trump's going to run again. Who are you going to vote for? I'm like, I am one flat tire away from killing myself. I vote for me not to be here. I don't know. I do love, though, that Hunter Biden is a crackhead. Doesn't it make you feel so much better about yourself? You're like, if the president's son can't stop doing crack, how am I gonna stop? Yeah. He's been doing crack for a long time, which I really respect. What is that saying? If you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. I don't think his family cares if he stops doing crack or not. I think they're like, hey, can you stop filming yourself while you're doing crack with hookers? A couple of months ago, I was in a restaurant, and Hillary and Bill Clinton were in there, and I asked to take a picture with them, not even because I like them. I just want to make a joke on Instagram about Epstein not killing himself. So we take the picture. And then Bill goes to take a selfie with just me and him, and Hillary goes, she already got her picture. I was like, Hill, it's a little late in the game to be on it. I know. She was so mean to me, it made me very upset that I voted for her. And then I started thinking about what their fights are probably like. At some point, he has to want to shut her up. He's like, well, we're going to eat dinner where I want to eat tonight because I won the election. Actually, I won twice, and I had to run against real people. How upsetting do you think that is for Bill? If I was Bill, I would have been so embarrassed that I would have hired the same people the Clintons hired to kill everybody else that works for them. Have them just kill Hillary. I don't know. I do want to be rich, though. We all want to be rich. I don't want to be too rich, though. I do want to stop right before it's okay to fuck kids. What if I do it and I love it? No, I don't want to fuck kids. But I also didn't think I'd like caviar, so... Now, I know what you're going to say. Poor people also fuck kids, but there's no party. It's a lot sadder. It's just a guy in a UPS uniform walking over his truck like, man, I can't believe I fucked that kid. This is not good. But, rich people are on their yacht like, man, I can't believe we're fucking these kids. Just high-fiving each other. Like, you work so hard, Bill, you deserve it. My godchild told his mother, who's my best friend, that he's transgender. And me and her were talking about it, and I was like, well, do you think he's confused? Do you think he is transgender? Or is there a small chance he failed every subject in school this year and doesn't want to get punished this summer? You can't punish a transgender kid. Honestly, if a transgender person murdered your whole family and you were being interviewed by the news, you'd have to be like, I feel so blessed that they would choose to murder my family. I'm so happy they can just be who they are. Look, I do think you should be able to do whatever you want. No, stop. I have to get out of here. Stop. I do think you should be able to do whatever you want as long as it doesn't hurt anybody else. Like if you want to cut your dick off or your tits or get a dick, I think the government should pay for it. If we can pay for the whole Ukrainian war, we could finance a couple of cocks. It does make me think, though, there's got to be just like a lot of loose dicks and tits in a landfill somewhere. And we got to make sure it doesn't get into the ocean. Then all of the turtles are going to choke on all of the cocks. Can you imagine the PSAs for that? Where they're like, please dispose of your cocks properly. The turtles are dying again. Except for that one gay turtle. I don't know. Only 5% of the population is transgender, and they're all in the 8th grade. People are very concerned about it. It's like, hey, it's going to work itself out. They have no idea what being trans is. They think it's just changing their name. Wait till they find out what they really have to change. But my godchild, he was born a boy, identifies as a girl, and is dating someone that was born a girl and identifies as a boy, so they're just a straight couple. So, it's gonna be okay. Personally, I do love transgender women. I think they're very pretty. But that's the thing, like, no matter how pretty your face is and how nice your new pussy is, you're still gonna shit like a dude. There's no surgery for that. Like, Elaine, you shit 8 times today, and most of it's on the wall. Personally, I don't understand why transgender people get very upset if you call them by the wrong pronoun. I'm like, you were born the wrong gender, so obviously you get mistakes happen. I don't know. I'm glad we could all get together. I know it's been a couple of rough years for all of us. I do think, though, it's been the hardest on white women. Oh my God, everybody hates us so much. I'm like, I don't know why. We're being the most helpful. Like, anytime we see a black guy, we're like, hey, I'm gonna call the cops. They give you a ride home. Not all white women suck. It's usually the ones that are wearing scarves in the summer. Just getting upset by jokes that have nothing to do with them. We're like, why are you getting upset about this joke about Asians? Let Asian people get upset about that. Why try to take that from them also? I figured it out, though. We just have way too many white women right now, and nobody is checking us. And it's because we don't have any more serial killers. They were keeping down the white woman population. Whether you want to think about it like that or not, Ted Bundy was a hero. And how do we repay him? We locked him up for doing the Lord's work. Yeah, Ted Bundy was a family guy. He just wanted to hang out with his kids and read to them and hold his wife's face while they fucked, but he couldn't. He had to be out there every night just killing white women so that black people could be safe. And when you think of it like that, it does make you think that Martin Luther King was a lot of talk. No, obviously, I think they're both great. They're both great, you know. Let's be honest, you know, MLK wasn't out there killing white women, you know. He was too busy fucking them. What? He could have choked some of them out a little too hard. It's almost like he didn't care at all. I guess what I'm trying to say is Ted Bundy has done more for black people than Martin Luther King, and he should also have a holiday during Black History Month. All right, guys, that's all for me. Thank you so much.